I am in the Ares court. Now I don't know what time it is. I'm getting a bit nervous, definitely. Here on the sea. Oh! Today I'll attempt to open the Ares court by solving the 4 or so cryptic requirements that I was given. But before that, I want to place the secret passage on the grounds because there is indeed a clue that I missed, even though I looked straight at it. Then I'm gonna make my way over to the tunnel with the crates because there is that file cabinet key that I might be able to find a lock for. And there's also the shrine which we might place later today with that crate containing the effigy that apparently kills me. So that's gonna be interesting as well. By the way, my name is Noel, I'm a game designer, and here in my study I analyze games as I play. Now, let's place the secret passage, and we've been discussing this in the comments. I'm going to show you guys what I missed. I don't think it matters what I do here. Well, actually, now that we place this on the grounds, this looks slightly different. I don't think there's any other... Well, actually, maybe we should check all the books. Maybe there is more to the secret passage, although it doesn't seem to be the case. I'm just clicking, no. Now, I don't think this is going to have any effect because usually we can't place rooms on the outer grounds, right? So let's, but what would be the most helpful? Maybe placing an archive would be interesting, no? Or should we try a shop? No, wait, what am I trying to do? Maybe the observatory would be great, but we can't choose a blue book from here. I don't want a hallway. I don't really want a green room. Do I want a bedroom? I don't think so. Although we could get a dead end out of the way. So maybe I'm going to go for a bedroom and then place it as a dead end. That probably has the best effect. Yeah, we can't go in anyways. That's what I expected. All right. So the clue I was missing is in fact here on this wall. I hope you can see it. Now, this is another castle matrix thing, and I looked at this in the recording already, so I kind of know what I'm looking at. But what I realize now is that this is OOR, and this is not actually an O. I thought this was an O as well. This looks like a D, and it seems to align with the R. Now, I've requested you guys to tell me about this because I really didn't know where else that hint would be here in the secret passage. So I would not have found this by myself, to be honest. Alright, so I placed the DOOR here. That means we're still missing 2 letters. And what I also realized, because I looked at these clues again for a second, is that this cat clue, when we draw a line here, this kind of aligns with this letter here. So I think... So this is the castle, right? I think that T is actually right here. I thought it is 1 over to the very right, because that's what this cloister puzzle also indicates. It says ET with a space, right? But I do believe now that this space is actually also a T, just based on this cat puzzle. So I'm going to place a T here. However, we're still missing 1 letter, and I have no idea where to get that from. I don't think I have any of the clues required, at least not the ones I pasted in here. So there has to probably be more that I don't know where to find. Although it's just 1 letter, so we might be able to brute force that. In the end, these are all readable letters, so 6, Tor, Lor, Et. These are all Erajan, right? So, I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to brute force this. We'll see. Alright, so that's that. Doesn't seem like we can go through here. Alright. So that's the secret passage on the grounds. Doesn't seem to be too useful. Now let's head over to the tunnel and grab that file cabinet key. I've been given some hints in the comments, or some things to look at, because there is an item right next to the key, which I believe was a helmet, which could indicate where to use that key. Because where did we see helmets as well? Kind of right over here in the tunnels. So let's see if that key is useful there. If I did my math correctly here, we should be at around 24 crates. Now, I don't know how many more we need, but if you've played the game, you might know how far along I am. There is certainly... How many are those? 4, 8, 11 here, plus these 3 here. So maybe we can see 14 chests here. So at least 14 more. Okay, here's the file cabinet key next to this helmet and this busted wood. There is wood here, which could match the wood from the mines that were blocked off. So let's see. It kind of feels like it could indeed be there. Because this was blocked off with wood here. And there's even a helmet here. No, it's not true. There's no helmet here. Okay. But there's wood planks here. And there's cabinets here. So, let's see. Do I have to hit the lock? No, I think I only have to hit the drawer, right? Let's keep right. Or do I have to really hit the lock? Don't tell me I have to hit the frickin' lock. Try again. Because they certainly do have locks, so... Not sure if there's more drawers over there. Nah, that doesn't seem to be it. Doesn't seem to be here. I would have thought it would be here. Okay, let's see. We have a clock here. It's very weird that there's a clock here as well. Why would there be a clock here? A cabinet here? No. Let's see if there's another cabinet somewhere here. What about in this back area there? Oh, there's more here. Oh. Don't tell me it's here. No. It's not. I don't think there is more cabinets here. No. Let's look at these notes again here. 100 bells. Sandy Heights, 5 p.m. I'm sure that means something, but... Okay. So it's not here. It could also be... Actually, the helmets are deeper down. Do I have to take the elevator then? Because the helmets certainly are deeper down. Where those boxes with the books and memos are, logs or whatever. I think there's also a helmet in the... Oh! In the sanctum. Or sanctuary? No, sanctum. There is this one room. Could also be there. We can verify if the Ares Court is still open, which you guys told me it will be. Alright, so that's definitely still open. That's good. What's back here again? No drawers. Okay, so let's see if there's anything here except logs. Or does that just lead up? That's blocked off. And that leads up. But up there, I don't think I want to go here because it's going to be blocked off. So I have to approach the sanctum from the other side. So I'm going to go back through where I just searched the cabinets, file cabinets. And we'll go through to the sanctum from there. Because that place seems to be where they, like their little break room or their little office or something in there. The observatory costs a gem, by the way, so if we want to observe that constellation, I'm going to need at least 1 gem, which I have now, but I only have 58 stars, so I'm missing 2 stars that I need to collect first before I will see the cross, the Southern Cross or whatever it's called, because I think it appears every 5 stars. Alright, so here... Oh, there is a cabinet here. Do I need to hit... Oh, I need to hit the lock. To the Baroness of Mount Holly for her own hand. Oh, it's a letter. Numeric coring examples. What the heck is that? So this is page 36 of something. Numeric cores. By the Third Era, numeric cores had fallen completely out of favor and were no longer being included in proofs by serious arithmeticians. This concept, once considered sacred, was now regarded as an over-engineered concept that only served to slow further advancements in the field. As Philip Wilkins once famously put it, steps to find a numeric core. Take any number with 4 or more digits without changing the sequence, split that number into 4 smaller numbers. Example, 86455 becomes 86455. Next, assign each a different color, resulting in a valid mathematical equation that produces the smallest whole number possible. So the smallest whole number, so that must be positive probably. The first number should always be assigned teal to begin with a positive number. Teal, isn't that a green-blue? Wait. Yeah, so this kind of green-blue, whatever that is. To begin with a positive... Wait, the first number should always be assigned teal to begin with a positive number. Because teal is a plus. Okay, so that just means you begin with a plus. And you can do any of the operations that we know. If the result is a number with more than 3 digits, repeat the above process. The final number you obtain that is less than 4 digits is considered the numeric core of the larger number. If you have more than 3, okay, so if you have 4 or 5, then you continue, but if you have 3 or less, then you have to find the core. What do you do with the core? 86 becomes 8645 becomes plus, minus, times, divide. 3614. Well, so the thing is, you need to split it into 4 numbers, right? So this one is actually split into 3 and 6 and 1 and 4. So you have plus 3. Oof, okay. Well, I don't know if we have to. We could try at least. So plus 3. We can't do minus because we wouldn't be able to get a positive number out of that anymore. So we could try. I know we need to get to a number that's 3 or less. So let's try plus 6 gives 9. Minus 1 is 8, divided by 4 is 2. So 2 is the core of this example. Did I do that right? Without split the number into 4 smaller numbers, resulting in a valid equation that produces the smallest whole number possible. The first number should always be assigned teal. Oh, we need to get the smallest number possible. So the question is 2 the smallest number here, or could we get out 1 somehow? Well, I don't know. I would say maybe 2 is the smallest, but maybe we could. If we do 3 times 6, we get 18. I don't see how we can get a smaller number from 18 here. So maybe that is 2 is the core of that. Okay. Sure, maybe that's gonna be... leave me. Maybe that's gonna be relevant... when we get past the crates. Don't know. Okay, either way, we do need to collect 2. Oh, we also have the file cabinet key now, because that's an item, so we won't get the Eris Court today. So I'm gonna have to try to collect 2 more stars now, before we can attempt the Eris Court. In order to get the Eris Court, once we have, how many stars? 60? Yeah, we'll have 60 stars, because right now I have 58, so with 2 stars I'll be at 60. So hopefully I'll be able to observe the Southern Cross. We'll have to place the observatory. So observatory, we have to observe the cross. Then we must not have any items or anything. The time must be right. What else? The Last King, Patient Figure, Sullen Cross, that's the observatory thing. Sacred Hour, that's 1:30. Empty Hands. But that's actually it. That's actually maybe not even that difficult. So place the observatory when we have 60 stars. Make sure we don't have anything. Go to the court and wait until 1:30. Okay. I think we have to do that tomorrow. Like in a bit. I'll try to get 2 stars and then we'll attempt it. Then I'm gonna have to wait for a while. Well, we'll see. Alright, I'm not picking up... Should I pick up... I mean, the thing is, I won't be able to get the file cabinet key to get rid of it today. So might as well... Well, no, let's not get the allowance yet. Let's see. Let's build our staircase. And let's start with the den. Maybe we'll get a... Well, the thing is, the question is, should I get the gem now? I don't think I can get the Eris core today. Let's see. Okay, let's start with the break room. You know what? I need to get 2 stars first anyway, so I might as well grab these things now. Just to make sure we can actually get the stars. And then we'll call it a day once I get 2 stars and we'll try again. Oh, wait. That's actually a problem because I only just realized that the observatory instantly gives me a star, right? So I actually need to have 59 stars. Then put down the observatory. Which brings me to 60 stars. Okay. So here, that's 13. What does that mean? Does that mean take half? It does indeed. So 3.5 plus 1.5 is 5. Okay. Garden key, okay. Not really what I was hoping for, but I guess we can work with that. What else would I be going for today? Let's look at our list quickly. We need to get blue memos. I did that. That's what we're going to do next. Crates. Shrine chest with a hammer. Okay. Maybe I'll put down a gym. I don't know. We'll lose a couple steps, but... not sure if it's going to be that relevant. Then here, maybe a dead end. Or another break room. Sure, let's place another break room. Security is pretty interesting that early. But we will lose another door. Maybe I'll wait a little bit for the security. Because I don't know if I want to optimize for keys or for security gates yet. But it would allow me to start an experiment. That's good. Okay, let's go for that. I'm not gonna alter... Well, I guess I could change the default behavior. Just in case we find the cabinet. The utility box. Let's see if there's any announcements again. No. No additional data packets. No new mail. Then let's connect to the lab. And since we're early, I might use the upgrade trigger this time, if I get it. Yeah, see, we do get it. Remove a crate. Yeah, let's go for that. So we're going to try to draft more upgraded floor plans. Let's go. There should be a few of those. Although I already placed 2 billiard rooms. But hopefully that's still alright. Now, let's see if we can connect to the... We can connect. I could place a dining room here as well, so we have at least a path forward. Maybe I'll do that. The parlor would get me a crate removed. I don't know. Kind of wasting a lot of doors, so maybe let's go for the parlor. Crate has been removed. Very good. And let's solve it quickly. Well, I hope it's quickly. It is an easy one. What the heck? Only one statement is true. A box next to this box is true. A box next to this box contains gems. Okay. So if this is true, then that's the true box. Then that's false. But it's true. Okay, so this cannot be true. This has to be false. A box next to this box is true. Therefore, if this is true, then this one is true too, which means it's in white. If this one is false, well, we need a true box, so then this one would need to be true, but this makes this one true too. So in fact, this one is true, then this one is true too. That therefore means the gems are in here. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna go into the foundation yet. Let's place it from the security here. I could place a dead end, I guess. You're more likely to draw red rooms, that's the question. Do I even want that? Not really. So I'll place the classroom. It's not a good start, let's be real. Luckily, I don't really worry too much about if the day goes wasted. I really just need a star. And maybe we can get a couple triggers in. Maybe we'll get a couple more blue memos if we get up to rank 8. Let's see. That's 10. That's 10 too. That's it's that thing again. 3.545. Okay. That was the same one. Oh, okay. That changes things. Means I'll go back and increase security now. Alright. Then we're losing a couple steps today here in the beginning. But I think this is a pretty good start. Maybe the dining room would have been better, but we'll see. I really just want the observatory at this point. Then let's place the storeroom. Because I don't want to waste any more doors. That's also an experiment. Very good. Didn't think about that, but I guess. We also don't have to check behind doors anymore, because I think the secret passage door was the one you wanted me to look at for a long time. If I remember, like if I guess correctly. And then I think I want to place the hallway to make sure we can continue on. And that's an upgraded floor plan too. Yeah, this is a good trigger indeed. You guys were right. And then we'll go for the conservatory. Let's see what we're getting here. Straight would be good, or dead end. Okay. Maybe I'll place the utility closet to get rid of it. I think I can turn this off. I was thinking, because we have the keycard, we could leave it on, but maybe if we lose the keycard for whatever reason through the lost and found, having this off is probably better, since it still triggers the experiment. The darkroom and the garage, okay. Let's see what options we're getting here today. Okay, courtyard I'm fine with the way it is. This is unusual, I think that's fine too. I've put this to rare. Because I don't really... Yeah, I don't really know what I would use that for. We can duplicate our blueprints, but I don't know, I'm not a big... Like, we duplicated one of them to try it out. But I don't know if I'm a big fan of the duplicate billiard room. It's good for keys for sure. I don't think I want to alter anything here. The conservatory is becoming less useful. There's certainly a few things I would like to adjust still. Okay. I'm gonna have to go for tunnel here, because otherwise we're stuck. Alright, then maybe we'll go for a drawing room to get a little bit of more room, drafting space. Then potentially a dead end or straight. Ah, treasure trove, okay. Not too useful today, so let's redraw. Mailroom is an option for oh. Well, if I want to do the Ares court tomorrow, I won't really be able to use it. Let's get it out of the pool though, out of the drafting pool. I don't think that matters. As long as I don't open the package, I don't think that matters. And I don't think I have to enter here. Okay. Greenhouse or observatory, look at that. Okay, let's place that to get enough stars for tomorrow. Why is the Southern Cross here? Why is the Southern Cross here? Damn, okay. Do I need to have a 5? Oh, do I need to have a 5? I don't need to have a multiple of 5. I need to have a 5 here. Is that what it is? Then maybe I'm gonna have to waste an inkwell. Well, I guess it's good that I'm in the 50s now. So I'm gonna waste a star using the inkwell so that tomorrow I can observe this constellation again. Okay, that's actually good that I realized that. Regular key. Well, let's just waste one of our stars. Because tomorrow, if I place the observatory, I'll get up to 60. 60 doesn't have a 5 in them anymore, if that's how it works. So I want to make sure I have 50 stars. At least that's how I understand how it works. Should I just call it a day right now? Maybe I'll just call it a day right now. You know what? Let's do that. I don't really want to waste too much time on all of this. Well, I guess I could try to place some cheap upgraded floor plans. Just quickly. For example, the spare terrace. Because that removes some more crates. There's a gem here. Maybe we can get a few and then I'll call it a day. I don't really mind about losing half my steps right now. It's not that important. Let's see. Do we have anything upgraded here? I guess I could place that for extra room to draft. Any upgraded floor plans, please? No. Let's place the kennel. Guess we could do the lab, just to be sure we can move on a little bit. Let's see if we get any upgraded floor plans quickly. Hallway closet, I guess. Very good. Kind of running out of steps right now. Let's see. The dining room potentially for options. Which gives me some steps back. We're also getting like one more and we're on room rank 8. So potentially we could try to get some blue memos. Let's get the secret garden key here. Okay, this is rank 8, so we're going for pantry. The boudoir would give me a crate, but I want the blue memo. Let's see. We are on rank 8, I think. Oh, here. Ha! Found it. There is a letter missing. Do they mean the red letter? There is a letter missing. At some point we're also gonna have to do this final exam again, just for the trophy. Alright, then I'm putting that down into my list of blue tent memos. Good. Now we want to make sure we get as many blue rooms here as possible. For example, the music room. Prism key, I guess, might be useful. Because we're running out of keys. Okay, where would the memo be here? On a chair? Here? No. Tucked behind the painting? No. Oh, it's one of those that I can't see again. Okay, let's check the floor. Back of the seats. Where the heck did they put that one? It's probably been visible again. When I edit these videos, I can always see them visible, but I just fail to see them. I am still on rank 8, yeah. I would expect it to be here in the piano somewhere, but... Oh, yeah. For some reason I kept checking behind here like every now and then, so... There is a major key hanging on a wall in the safe house. There's a major key hanging. I mean, there was... I took a bunch of pictures from the safe house. So a major key, is that a major clue, maybe? What is a major key? Safe house. We seek what's in the shade of truth. Is that could be the major key? That's the thing I thought about when I read it. Or is that the major key? I mean, I guess all of these are important. This is important, right? For what we already did. This I don't think has been important so far. In the shade of truth. This contains a bunch of lore relevant things. I don't think this contained any major hints so far. But that handwriting was not useful so far. I don't think I'm gonna waste my keys on that now. Ah, we have a menu here, great. If we have a boiler, well, we don't have a boiler, but let's have it either way. 20 steps is pretty good. I'd like to get up to rank 8 so we can fill this up. And yeah, you guys talked about the back of these chairs here in the dining hall, and I did already notice that these look like the microchips. I was aware of that. Even before you pointed it out, but I don't know what to do about that. It's just a detail that it's the symbol as on the grotto door. Maybe the gift shop? For a bit more access? This requires a key. Conference room maybe could... Oh no, there's a blue one. Let's get... Oh, I don't have any gems. Well, then I'm going to place the conference room. Sad that I can't place it at rank 8 anymore, but I'm sure there is more blue rooms that I can put down. For example, the rotunda. But I don't have any gems, so I'm going to redraw. Hopefully I get a blue one, such as the wine cellar. Sure, let's do that. The cloister would remove, would give me a crate plus access. But I could also try to go through the conference room upwards. I only have one key left though. So let's place the wine cellar. I might still get the cloister later. Gives me 3 gems as well, which is good. Alright, where is the little note? It's certainly in like one of these compartments somewhere probably, because there's so many places to lean that little card against. It's probably like out of reach kind of. Oh yeah, up there. The numerals below the coat of arms are 4 different numbers, not 1. Oh, look, that refers to the number core thing. Between the coat of arms. Does that refer to the coat check? But what's the coat of arms? Below the coat of arms. Maybe that refers to something like a shirt hanging in the coat check, because there are numbers in the coat check that I looked at in one of the first episodes when I drafted it. I was like, why are there in the beginning of the series, I was obsessed with all these numbers everywhere, including the billiard room, because he put special care of not putting any text on all of these bottles and everything, but then why does he put numbers on labels and things and billiard balls? That just seems to be... these are little details that as a designer you need to be really careful of. Like either you do these things on purpose or it's kind of a flaw if you just put numbers in some places. Like you omit numbers and texts on bottles here, but then you place them on other places. Like either that means something or it's a bit of a flaw in my opinion, so I hope this refers to the numbers in the code check. Where is the code check? Here. No, damn, I'm not looking for the code check, I'm looking for the wine cellar. Here. Okay, making some progress on these, that's good. So next, let's go through the conference room, trying to get these 2 blue rooms here with the blue tents down. Probably the reading nook for the key. Oh, it's an upgrade as well. Great, great. I didn't think about that. That is a blue room though, so I need to be careful where I place those. Can I get the prism key in or does it not work here? Yeah, it doesn't work. God dang it. Alright, then I'm gonna place a corridor to save blue rooms. Alright. Now, I think I'm gonna redraw. Okay, once more. Come on, something blue. Alright. Trophy room, very good. Let's go for the trophy room. I just need to stay in the 50s with the stars, I hope. I hope, yeah. Okay, where could that be? They tend to be hidden somewhere behind or around some object that relates to the room. Like not some random object usually. This also has to be about something. Like we wouldn't be able to turn these for no reason. And then there's a compass there for whatever reason. Or is it maybe tucked under? Yeah, I see it, I see it. There were a total of 8 gems removed from the ruby crown of Orindia Ares. Oh, and now they're here. From the ruby crown of Orindia Ares. That seems to be maybe more of a lore thing. Like to hint at where the gems in the trophy room are from. From the ruby... Yeah. Okay, trophy room here. Alright. Then another blue room would be good here. I can't use the prism key, sadly. But we can place... Yeah, we already have that one. That's the problem. So let me waste one more star. I would like another blue room. Or should I go for the terrace because it gives me an upgraded floor plan. Is that even upgraded? I think that's an upgrade, right? Or is that not an upgrade? I would like to stay at 54 stars though, because tomorrow when I place the observatory, I will get up to 55 stars. So I have 5 in the number and it's divisible by 5. So that should certainly, hopefully, give me the Southern Cross. I'm gonna go for the terrace, I think. Nah, okay. That was not an upgrade. I just sometimes don't remember. Wow, we get the shovel. Do I still have options? Yeah, through the music room. We could try placing upgrades through the music room as well as the Great Hall. But that's about it then. Okay. Well, it's all gonna be locked though. So unless I find a key in some digging spot, I won't be able to do anything. Was there a digging spot there? I don't think so. But there likely is one out here. That's not useful. Okay, then I'll make my way back through the kennel. There's certainly a dig spot there. That's not useful again. Maybe if I go to the foundation through the passageway, we might be able to find another key. Here. Nope. Nope. Yeah, there might be some in the tunnel, but the problem is I'm running out of steps now, so I can try. I don't think I'm gonna really make it back unless I find some food. Oh. Okay. That gives 5, yeah. Very good. There's a dig spot here. Alright, but I think that's about it probably. There's another one here. A key. Ha. Okay, can I still make it back? I'll try. If I could just place another Southern Cross. Southern Cross. Oh. Made a mistake. That was a mistake. Lost 2 steps. Okay, I guess I can... Yeah, I could place another... Maybe I can place an aquarium. Nah, let's use a regular key. Okay, I'm gonna place the rotunda, so we can go straight. Okay, and then here an upgrade would be good. Oh, I can't use the prism key here. Oh, I should have thought about this. That's so dumb. And I can't use the prism key up here either. Okay, so I think that's it. I have the blessing of the monk, though. So which room would I like to have on the outside? Break room gives me a key card, which is good. But I don't need to have that on the outside. I don't really... Oh, I can't actually sleep in the break room because then I'm gonna get the key card tomorrow, which prevents me from doing the Ares Court. I guess I could do the observatory. Place the Southern Cross in the sky. And then I just have to get rid of my second gem, I think. And then I'll be good. Oh, I can't get to the... I only have 1 step left. Shoot. That's actually pretty bad. No, that would have been so good. I should have thought about this before. Damn it. Okay. So I can basically only sleep in the Rotunda or the Great Hall. Well, the Great Hall is the better choice. Because it gives me a lever as well. Not that I... Yeah, well. Okay, let's sleep in the Great Hall. That was a bit of a screw up. I'm sorry about that. I should have slept in the observatory. That would have been so smart. Yeah, that would have been smart, but, Oh, there's a banana there. Now, what happens if I run into it and then grab the banana? No, can't grab it. Dang it. Alright, now is the day where we'll see if we can get the Ares Court open. I don't think there's really anything interesting to look at here today, so as soon as I get my cursor, we'll move on. Cursor. Where are you? I don't have a cursor. Hello. Ah, here is my cursor. It's barely visible. Like it's here. Where is it? No way, I lost it again. Are you kidding me? Okay. I've never had the problem of not seeing my cursor. That's a first. Save and continue. Okay, can we do the Ares Court now? I have to be careful not to pick anything up. I have no items. I have no money, I have no keys, I have 2 gems that I need to get rid of. I'll get rid of one by placing the observatory, so I need to get rid of the other one somehow without picking anything up. Now... I don't actually know what the best way to do this is. I think I'm gonna just do the usual thing where I place... Try to place the staircase. I have to be really careful what I'm doing. Dining room. I don't think the dining room necessarily gives me any items unless I pick something up. Also, why on this picture is this little orange thing there? What is that? There's nothing on the table except that orange thing. That's really weird. Let's place the dining room so we can get into the conservatory space. Maybe we can place that here. But I can get rid of a gem. Yeah. Question is if I want that already. Or I place the storeroom because that allows me to get a gem in case I am unable, in case I lose all my gems. Okay, let's place the storeroom. But we're not picking anything up yet. Then, what am I going to do? I don't really want the key, but I could place that and then we have at least the option of getting a key. We already have 2 keys in the storeroom though. We could place the spare terrace in case we get that experiment again. So let's place the reading nook. I really want the observatory. That's my main goal. Then let's just put down the library because I don't think that's very useful. Okay. Let's see what we're getting here. The boiler is probably an alright choice. And it removes one of the gems. Alright. Then I'll go for the corridor to get into the conservatory slot. And I'll place a boudoir. That gives us a gem and 2 dice. But I can't pick anything up. I could go for parlor. Yeah. If I want to... that will give me 3 potential... Maybe that's better. That gives me 3 potential gems that I can pick up individually. If I want to. But I'm not going to solve it now because I don't actually need it. Oh, shoot. I picked up the wind-up key. I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm going to just pick one. I need to get rid of this freaking thing. Okay, it's not in here. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully we're fine. Then the chapel sounds like a good choice here for space. It's also a way of removing money just in case I end up with extra money. But I would like the observatory now. Okay, let's place the spare terrace. Doesn't really matter. There is the compass there. Okay, then the den for space, for options. Observatory, nice. I'm gonna do that. We also need to make it back down by 1:30. We do get the Southern Cross, look at that. Okay. So we have observed that constellation, I would say. I hope I need to click on it. Okay, now I'm gonna make my way back. Well, it's still very early, actually, so we have time. But I'm still gonna make my way back. I have nothing in my inventory. Let's check the rules quickly. Where are the rules? Here. Black key is lying with the last king of 8. Patient figure reckoning great. Sullen cross as 5 stars align. 5 stars. Yeah, this was 5 stars. That's what they mean by 5 stars, because this cross is built from 5 stars. I thought it was 4 stars, but yeah, in the middle there is one too. On the sacred hour, that time-worn phrase, in Ares court where the king now lays. Approach with empty arms, without gifts nor gold nor mannered charms. I think we satisfy the conditions. So let me go. I was lucky to realize that I've picked up this wind-up key. Okay, let's go. I think Unless that's not how it works, I think I'm fine. Since we're early, I'm gonna look at the tunnel quickly because we have removed more crates. It looks like, yeah, there's definitely fewer now. Maybe we can see... Is that a door there? There's a door there. So that key is gone now. Oh, so we only need to remove one more crate here. Maybe this one or that one. But it's probably gonna remove the ones that we don't need it to remove. So the top ones and then that one. So 1. It's hard to see. So 3 can be removed, and then the 4th one surely will be one of these bottom ones, and then we should be able to break through to that door. But of course there is a door, and they won't show us what it is. Do I need to go down here? Yes. I mean, it's probably going to be as usual, where just something happens, but we're immediately facing the next challenge that we won't be able to solve. As always. I am hoping that we can get a little bit further regarding something at some point. The music's crazy here. Okay. I am in the Aris court. Now, I don't know what time it is. I should have probably checked the time. It was about 9 o'clock when I departed. So, okay, wait. I have to set a timer quickly so I know how much time has passed. Let's say it's 9 o'clock now. No, it has to be later though. It has to... Was it 9:30 when I checked the clock last? So let's say it's 10. I'm starting a timer right now. And then what did I say? An hour is 8 minutes, or... Oh, an hour is 8 minutes. That would make so much sense. Of course. That means until midnight. It's 12 plus 4. So we always start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Of course we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. I only just realized. And then until lunch it's 4 hours, and until midnight it's another 12, so 16 hours until midnight. So if you do 16 times 8, no, it's too much. An hour is not 8 minutes. Is an hour maybe 5 minutes? I figured that out for the time-locked safe at one point, but I don't remember what it was. Or is it 4 hours? Oh, maybe it's 4 minutes. And then 2 in-game hours are 8 minutes in real life. Either way, we're gonna have to wait here for the sacred hour. And if that's 1:30 and it's 1 hour, so that's 3.5 hours in game. So that's maybe up to 15 minutes. Now, I did mention that this guy looks a bit poor. And some of you found that funny in the comments. He looks like he doesn't really have much, you know, because of his beard. You can't, like, he doesn't really wear any jewels or any... He doesn't even have a crown. So to me, he looks like a kind of philosopher, really, who gave up on any materialistic value. Right? No rings. Usually kings have, like, these rings, a crown, props or anything. Like, they have, like... stuff, but this one does not, so he seems to be really grounded. And he looks a bit sad, almost. Maybe indifferent is a better word. So in a way he looks stoic to me, really. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, and you also mentioned that these indeed lock again, these Mora Chai boxes. And maybe, I thought... when you load the game or when you load a room, the box checks whether the content has been collected, and if the content has been collected, it stays open. And if the content has not been collected, it locks itself again. Therefore, if you collect the allowance tokens, those boxes stay open, but since we can't really collect the papers in there, because we put them back, these boxes close again. Because that would be an easy way to remember for the game whether you have collected or whether they should stay open. You just check if the token has been collected, because otherwise you would need to know if the token was collected and if the Jai box was solved. So you need like to save two different things. Whereas if you just tie it up with the content, you only really need to remember one thing. So maybe that's how it's done. I don't know. What's that circular thing here? It could be the base of a pillar, but the base of a pillar is square, right? And it's also kind of off-center. It's kind of weird. What is that? That's the only one of those pieces as well. Huh. Okay, I've been waiting for 4.5 minutes so far. Maybe I'm gonna get a snack quickly. Well, let's just let's make sure we're here. And then I would expect this to open, so let's get a good view here in case I won't be here when this opens. What would make a good thumbnail? Because that's also a problem always. I have to find a good shot for the thumbnail. So maybe if this opens, we'll maybe like that. Yeah. Well, alright, I'll be back in a minute. We'll see what happens. Okay, doesn't look like anything's going on so far. It's been 8 minutes 20 so far. I don't think anything has changed as of now. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Dang it, I should have... Every time I do these time-sensitive things, I don't properly check the time, and then I never know how long I need to wait. This is so stupid. I guess last time I was lucky with the time lock save. It's been a while ago, though. I mean, the series has been going on for so long. Crazy. Okay, I said up to 15 minutes, so that's still 5 minutes out. But I got myself a sandwich here with some salami. And hair, apparently. That's disgusting. Okay. Never mind. It was just one hair. I mean, I don't have anything. Like, I wouldn't know. You can't be less... I mean, I could have less steps, I guess. Oh, after Blessing of the Monk. Don't tell me that's Charm. What's Charm? No, a Charm is an object, no? And after Blessing of the Banner of the King. I hope that doesn't really make a difference. Oh boy, it's been 14 minutes. I hope I didn't miss anything while I was gone. I mean, it would make sense for a minute, an hour in the game to take 8 minutes, right? So in that case, if it was 10, 11, 12, 13, 3.5 times 8 is 24, 20, that's 28 minutes. So I would need to wait 28 minutes. Really? That's a long ass time. It's been 17, 18 minutes, so another 10 minutes. I mean, I can't leave now. I'm basically committed, so I'll wait until at least 30 minutes. Nah, 40. Come on, I'll wait 40 minutes. That's another 22 minutes. It's a bit of a dumb mechanic. I don't know. In a way, it's cool to do that, and he did it twice with the time lock save, and here in the Ares Court so far. I think it's definitely cool to do that. I'll take it back. But I think twice is enough. Maybe there should be some sort of wait function or something. Which of course would hint at time being relevant. Okay, I'll get another snack. I can't just sit here and do nothing, right? Alright. Got myself an apricot. I like fruits when they're kind of... before they're ripe, when they're still hard a little bit, and very sour. I like sour fruits. But I know most people don't like that. I also like bananas before, like when they're a little bit green still. I don't really like these mushy fruits, you know. If you've been here in the series for a while, you know that I've picked up a second cat to prevent it from going to the shelter. So by now, so in the first couple of days, it was a bit tricky because the first cat, who owns the house, of course, was a bit weird about it and started hissing all the time at her. Now the tables have turned a little bit because he's very old, he's very calm, he's very slow. And she's playful, a bit younger, so she jumps around and tries to play with him, and he sometimes thinks it's an attack. So that's sometimes still a bit difficult. But otherwise, they're coming along very well now. So I'm glad about that. It's just that he shouldn't eat her food, because he has wet food only. She has dry food, because he was a stray cat, and he wasn't doing very well. Had a lot of ticks, and his teeth were fouling, so all of his teeth had to be removed, so he can't really chew the dry food anymore. So yeah, he has wet food only. But then he goes to her food because he's hungry all the time, and eats her dry food. And then, yeah, he can't really chew it, so it's all these big pieces that he gobbles down. And then, yeah, he throws them up sometimes. That's a bit unfortunate, so there needs to be a better solution for that. How much time has passed? 24 minutes, look at that. So my guess now is it will open at 28. It's now 24:30. Was I not expected to get the observatory that quickly, or... like, why is it 1:30? That's giving us generous amount of time to do that. Don't tell me I need to interact with something at 1:30. Oh, that would be terrible, but I don't know what. That would be terrible. I'm getting a bit nervous, definitely. A patient figure. Yeah, I'm patient. Trying to be, at least. Will a youth approach? Don't tell me I have to approach at 1:30. Just let it please be that if I'm here at 1:30, it's good as well. Is there any indication what time it is? It's still bright outside, for sure. Which is good. Because it does dim down in the evening. It is now 28 minutes. Dang it. The music just skipped a beat. I don't know if that was intentional. Come on, Mr. King. Of 8, or Last of 8, Ares King, whatever. See, I could run up quickly and see what time it is, but then I immediately miss it, of course. Oh! I was about to... What the heck is that? Oh, that's the castle thing. That's the castle's matrix. Oh, more castle mat. 2 of them. What the heck? West, north, east, south, infinity. Aha. Rewind. Wind. With the arrow keys. Press button. Huh? Okay. Infinity 8. Why is the north, east, south, west not axis aligned? Which is weird, right? Now, do I need to... 8. Well, why is there an infinity sign here? And I can try winding up to 8 o'clock, but I don't think that's going to be it. It has to do something with the... or 888? No, 808. What does it have to do with the core? Because this is a 4-digit number. 2 is north, 5 is east, 8 is south. Ah. No, I have an idea. Yeah, okay. Now that's why this is here. Yeah, frick. Yeah, now I need to understand what that means. Or because I know that lore means something, because in the new clue it says lore equals word and yor equals them, so lore is word. How long does this stay open? Probably only an hour or so. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So words... Oh, okay. I really need to understand what that means now. And I'm missing a letter. Alright, so I looked up where that last letter is because I had no idea where to look. I was completely lost. And in fact, I would have never found it because it's this thing here on this passport. Apparently, this relates to the castle cipher, so top is ID. So at least we have the full add. Yeah, because verbs are in plain English, apparently. Okay, so we add, we do 6 and we, whatever that is, and we add 6. And then something about word. If that's even all correct. Lore. Oh, that says it here again as well. Earlier, Rajan did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. So can we do anything about that? Because I do feel like I'm missing major hints at how Rajan works. So add is pretty clear. Et. Do we have anything about et? There's absolutely nothing here. Tor. Absolutely nothing here. 6. No. I hope this is all right. Did I copy out? Aha, look here. Et equals east. Ah, look at that. Alright. Well, we're getting somewhere. Manef tere, trefnen, riedel nai, elswim. So et is east. Maybe the other one mean... Oh, I have to like take east and add something to it or something. Hevam ovet. I will... Ailor ultich nevlor. Oh, this is crazy. I literally have to start a new section here where I collect all the language clues because I'm so lost. So the question is, so et is east, so we something at 6 word east. Oh, actually it's not too bad. Okay, wait. It's not completely hopeless, but still a little bit. How do I do this best? So this is 6 add 6. Is 6... Maybe that's a borrowed word as well. Tor, I don't know. Word? East. So these are the ones I don't know. I mean, I think that might be 6. Add 6. So I'm only really missing 2. If those 2 are actually just borrowed. Maybe we need to add from... Maybe this is like east or west or north or something. So from north we add 6 towards the word east. Maybe that's south. So we need to add them backwards. 6 towards the word east. From south? Maybe that's a direction. Because that's east, right? Why would they only use one direction? So let's try from all the other 3 directions to add 6 towards the word east. No idea. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Here is south. And then we add east is where? East is down there. So that's 8. Or what is add? Does that mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No. So it's not 6 minutes. Is it 6 hours? That would get me down to 5. No, wait. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, to 3. That would be 3 o'clock, but it doesn't seem to be right as well. Surely there is minutes involved. Surely there is minutes involved. Why does it show the infinity sign there? Sometimes this click takes longer for some reason. I think I got it. I just added 6 towards east now. But maybe it's not from... maybe it's from north. Maybe it's 6 after 2. 6 past 2. No. I need to know what CIX is. Tor. I've also never seen Tor. Is there Tor on any of the spreadsheets? Dude, what? This is such a gibberish stuff. Urel Dari Suldao. Pa pa pa. Pa 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 pa. No, there is no Tor here. At least the pillar stays up, it seems. I just don't know what 6 means. I mean, the CIX. I don't know where I would find that language clue. Like, that's kind of the problem. You never know where you get the clues, or if you have them, if you didn't write them down. Kind of don't want to play through every single room again, just looking out for what potentially could relate to 6. Why is there an infinity sign though? Surely the directions relate to some, like I have to turn it, like I have to add the 6 in that direction towards it. So if we're like here, adding 6 would in this direction, right? Because Tor sounds like towards to me. So towards east, so I added in this direction, but if it's like if we're like over here, I don't know what the default state is, but if we're like over here, we add 6. Well, if we're like over here or something, we add 6 in that direction towards east. Man, okay, so... Alright, so I had to look at a clue here, because I have no idea. And I'm not gonna go through the entire game again to look for the word 6. And apparently that's not even a word for some reason. Apparently it turns out that's a Roman number. Yeah, but those are pretty easy to decipher. So C stands for 100, for century, right, with a C. Like a centurio who commands 100 people, I would assume then. And IX is 10 minus 1, so 9. So this is 109. So we need to... That's the clue I looked at. So we have 109, we add 6 to it, which is 115, towards the word east. So what if we type in 115 and then go towards east? Where is 115? Here. Okay. So now we move towards east. That would be this way. I mean, I guess I could go the other way as well. Okay, and then we press the button. No. Okay, let's try the other way. 109, 115, huh? So we go towards east in that direction. And press the button. Okay, so if this is 109, add 6 is 115. Well, maybe Tor means something else. I just wouldn't know what else it means in this context. You can only really turn these hands around. So what else could that mean? Yeah, I might need to look up another clue here. I would be really curious to know who of you figured out... or maybe I'll put down a quiz next to the description. Maybe I'll do 2 of them. 1, did you figure out that CIX is a Roman number? And then the other one, well, I don't know what the other quiz will be, but it's going to be about whether you figured out whatever the next step is. Alright, so apparently I need to press the buttons all the time. Wait, so let's go back to... I assumed I need to press the button when I'm done. That doesn't seem to be the case. That's just... How would I know that? Okay, let's... so... I don't just need to press it at the end. I guess I need to press it at 1:15. And then we move towards east. Oops. Oh, shoot. Does that matter? I don't think that matters. Wait, let me try again. I overshot. Does that matter is the question. So, 1:15. I did it again. This is so annoying. Okay. No, I need to go to 5. Dang. Okay. Alright, let's try the other way around. Counterclockwise. So pressing the button here, then going counterclockwise to 5 without overshooting. Pressing the button again. No! What kind of puzzle is this? What the hell? Come on. Or do I need to have the initial state as well? Aha! I guess... yeah, maybe. Well, let me go back. Maybe the initial step needs to be committed as well. 109. Wait, aha, that's 109. Here, 109, we add 6 to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe, okay. And then we rotate to 5 o'clock. I overshot again. Well, maybe it would have still worked. I should have tried. Well, whatever. And then... 5. No. Okay, maybe we have to go the longer way around. Because why not? Click the button, go to 15. Where's my cursor? Click the button. Okay. But add 6 is certainly clockwise. Okay, to 5. Towards east. Does that mean we need to end up on east or end up somewhere else? Did I click? I clicked, right? I clicked, yeah. Just the cursor disappears, I'm super confused. Okay, so that's not it either. Dude, I already had to look at 2 clues and I still don't get it. Let me try again. So we start at 109. I'm clicking the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm clicking the button. Then I'm rotating towards east. But how far? So if we start here, rotating, adding 6 is clockwise, and rotating 6 towards east is also clockwise. Let me try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I did that many times. That can't be it. What if we do counterclockwise? So we start at 109. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we press again. No. This puzzle has me completely stumped. I guess that's one of the big puzzles in the end that you guys keep talking about. I have to be honest. I don't really like it. I have to be honest. Like, am I missing? You know, if I miss knowledge, that's. I mean, I keep repeating myself. If I miss knowledge, I wouldn't know because I don't know what I don't know. And if I have the knowledge, if I have all the knowledge, then I just don't know how to solve it. And I guess I don't know what Tor means. Sure. But where would I even learn that? I accumulated all the letters with Eragen on them in my document. And there's no mention of Tor. Maybe not the small hand. Oh, why did I do it that way? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe we only need to rotate the large hand towards east. Well, oh. Oh, see? Oh, okay. Wait, let me see how that looks like. Yeah, that's very tricky to... Okay, it's actually very tricky to say when the small hand points at east. But the large hand clearly points to east or to 5. So we probably need to point it to east like that. But not like that, apparently. Well, what time is that? 26 past 1. That's a completely random number. Let's try the other way. We need to add 6. I mean, and then I guess we could also go this way. Why would the direction matter, though? Oh! Okay. I mean, I definitely had to look up 2 solutions there. Oh, that gives us the key to the treasure trove. Well, it doesn't really feel that good to get that key because I had to look up so many... I don't know why... Yeah, I don't know. The Royal Key of Ares, a key crafted from infused Second Era gold and soot black onyx, adorned with the original insignia of the Ares family crest. And then here we have the letters Ares or something maybe. Well, okay, let's talk about this puzzle. So you had to get the castle cipher completed. At least you know when you have it completed. When you have filled all the slots, right? It's just when you're missing 1 or 2 letters, you have no idea where to look. So you're just completely stuck and you need to search the entire game from front to back, potentially missing it again because you don't know you don't know where to look. I would have never found the secret passage clue. Never. Maybe I would have found the one in the passport if I looked at it again, now that I know what I'm looking for. Okay, so given you have that, you then need to know Eragon, which you never really fully understand because they only give you bits of it, right? So you will only understand it to some degree. And then the first word in a cipher is a freaking word that's not even a word. So you're just instantly, immediately with the first word, you're just stuck. You don't know what it means. And you will never figure it out because it doesn't mean a word. I'm currently editing the episode and I came up with a small but concrete proposal to improve this CIX matrix puzzle part, while honoring the big picture of the puzzle, not altering too much. If you have worked with Roman numeric notation before, then you will be familiar that these are always written with a serif font. Serif fonts are those that have these little decorations in the corners here. Whereas a sans serif font, sans means without, so sans serif means without serifs, does not have these decorations in the corners, right? So for example, to make this up here a serif font, we would add a little bit of a decorative adjustment like this maybe. Personally, I also use sans serif fonts on both of my channel's banners, like up here, Studying Thoughtful Games, because that gives it a kind of intellectual, scholarly type of vibe. It almost looks like this is printed on an ancient scroll or piece of paper. And I use the same technique here on my other channel, where I build games myself, just with a bit of different colors. This would not give off the same vibe if I would use a sans serif font like YouTube uses here for the channel name. Now when we look at the castle matrix here, the castle is written using a serif font because it does have these little decorative corners here everywhere. And if we look at the clues, it's very mixed. So here CXET uses serif font, CAT, well, I guess C and A, I mean, it does have kind of serifs, it's barely noticeable, but the A has a little dash here at the bottom, the T has little decorations here as well, so maybe this is a serif font, and then here the I here is a serif font, but the X is not, neither is the R, so it's very mixed here. And then here the I again serif, and here it's hard to see, looks like a sans serif font to me though. But given that this castle word uses all serifs, it is intuitive to fill it up with all serif characters. Now the problem is, if any of these would represent a Roman number, we would not be able to differentiate that from a regular word because it's all serifs. What could have been done is to choose a serif font up here, and you can recognize that again by the little decorations that I've added here on the C. And then the rest of the characters could be sans serif fonts. Here I chose the font called Open Sans. That's a public available font. Sans stands for sans serif. And you can recognize that because it has no decorations in these corners, right? Otherwise we would add little decorations here and potentially here. And then as a player, if I fill in these characters into this matrix, I might realize that I should use a serif font up here like I did here for CIX. And then a sans serif font for the lower ones here. Now we have a clear separation between what a Roman number is and what a word could be. Now you might think, oh, then it's obvious what the solution of the puzzle is, but you need to give the player at least some sort of hint that this is different from the other words. Therefore, in my opinion, it would have made more sense to present this specific matrix with C as a serif font and ASL as a sans serif. And then with all of these matrix clues, I would have made sure to do the same. So here with cat, I would have made sure that this is a serif C and that the other letters are sans serif, like this. Same here, where we would use a serif C and a serif X, but then a sans serif E and a sans serif T, which gives you a clear idea that something is off here. These are not the same. Something is different between here and here, as well as between the C and the A and the T here. But as always, feel free to disagree with my opinion. I invite you to present your argument in the comments. I'll read it and maybe we can have a little debate about it. I don't know why you would figure out that it's a Roman letter. I guess the clock... Wait, is that a permanent edition now, by the way? Oh shoot, it's not a permanent edition. It's in my inventory. Whoa, so I need to come back here. I mean, at least I know what to do now, but... So I need to come back here, get the key, while I have the treasure trove on the grounds. To open that chest. I still have the blessing today though, which is good. Okay, so... I mean, I guess you have Roman numbers on the clock. So that's a slight relation between the CIX and that. But still. I would have never thought of Roman numbers. Okay, so first quiz I'm putting down next to the description is... Did you figure out that CIX is a number in Roman notation by yourself before anyone told you or before you read it anywhere? That's the first quiz. Then, after you realize that you know that it's this plus that, okay, and then it's the Tor thing, which I'm still assuming means towards the word east. Okay, that's pretty obvious now in hindsight. Like now when you know what it is, it's pretty obvious, right? It's always the case. But did you know, second quiz, by yourself without looking it up, that you had to press the button at each step, so 3 times in total? That fucked me up, man. How would I know that? Because also in the Sanctum where you put together the sigils, you don't do that. You press the button in the end, once. So it's even an inconsistency within the game with the way these turny things work with the buttons. And then I guess you have to rotate it in the right direction. So that just needs to be trialed and errored. I mean, luckily there's only 2 directions, really. And trying to align the small handle with east, or with 5, I guess, was my mistake. I don't know, I just never thought about the big handle for some reason. I thought I had to set the time to east. Okay, yeah, I thought I had to set the time to east. And I thought east was 5. So I thought I had to set the time to 5, and for that to be the case, you always need to put the big handle straight to 12, right? That's why I did it that way. But that's not what it's meant. Yeah, was too cryptic for me, to be honest. Not enough grounds to go off of. I would be really surprised. I hope you guys all answer the quiz honestly. Then I can go back at some point and see how many of you actually figured that out by yourselves. It seems very tricky. Maybe you need to have like a hive mind. Maybe you need to be like a streamer almost. And everyone in the stream has ideas and you just stay here for hours and you try. I don't know. I mean, I've been here for over like 40 minutes at this point and... yeah, I barely figured anything out by myself. Okay, but we got the key of Ares. I'm pretty sure it's gonna disappear again. So maybe we can try for the rest of today to place a treasure trove. And then sleep in it. So that I can place it on the grounds tomorrow to open that box. Hopefully that stays open. Would it maybe stay open? I really don't know. The chests we already looked at. It's already evening now. You can see by the grey sky. 7 o'clock in the evening. Alright, I'm out of gems. I have no money. Well, I guess I can pick that up now. Lockpick gems. That's actually good. Maybe that helps us to get the treasure trove, which is now pretty common, so we might have a chance to draft that soon. Let's continue through here. Sad. I would have liked that to be a cool puzzle that I can solve. Maybe I'll go with the weight room because I don't expect to need that many steps today. And I would like to keep my gems. I don't remember how expensive the treasure trove is. Let's see. Probably break room to connect. And here... Okay, I'll put... Yeah, it's not very good. I'll put down another break room, because I don't want to waste... I don't want to get the archives. So that's 5. That's also 5. That's 9 squared is 81 divided by 18. Oh no, by half of 18. 81 divided by 9 is 9. Divided by 9 is 1. Plus 1 is 2. Okay, that was a mistake. I'm a bit frustrated about that cipher puzzle. I would have loved to solve it by myself. I just wouldn't know how I would have done that. I really see no path how I would have figured that out. Even if I would have done everything, I might have failed at pressing the button 3 times. Okay, let's think about this again. 18½ is 9 squared is 81. Oh, divided by 9 is 9. Divided by 9 is 1. Plus 1 is 2. Squared is 4. Okay. Nothing changed. Didn't I press it? I heard the sound though. And here, that's what I meant. I think it was episode 2 or 3, where I looked at these billiard balls because they have numbers on it. Just like in the code check, we have numbers that seems like to relate to something. Right? And these ones as well here. But you need some... It's gonna be some weird-ass math again. Where... It's gonna be like, take the orange ball, remove the black ball, something, and then you end up with some number. And then you add that number to the code check number. And then you get like a number core. Oh, number cores. Maybe that relates to this somehow, right? If we get enough numbers and we put them together and then we get the core of it, maybe... we do something about that? That's 7.5. No, 7. No, 7. Yeah, 7. That's 3 plus 3, 6 is 9. That's 6. No? Okay, that's 7. That's 9. Then that's... oh, that's half is 9 and the third is 3. Okay. Why is it not taking that? Sometimes it just doesn't accept the input. Weird. Okay. We move on through the foundation. I have a lockpick and the Eris key. Outside, I don't have anything right now. I should have probably placed something. I'll place a West Wing Hall so we can move on. And... let's place a security so we can do the experiment. For crates. I'll set the offline mode to unlocked in case we get a utility box. Do we have another stuff announcement? We do. Simon, now that you have a satellite connection, you should be able to connect to Synca to download some new experimental data packets for the lab. We've been working on a lot of interesting innovative experiments here, and it would be great if you could try them out for us and provide us with some valuable data. Okay, does that mean we have another new one? No. That probably relates to the one that I already used, downloaded. I'll go to the lab. I'm really frustrated now about that puzzle. I would love to have big puzzles like that in the game, but with clues that are not so scattered. Similar to the Clockwork puzzle. Like, it can be more complicated than the Clockwork one, and it can involve more mechanics and things, but I don't like these random... They're not random, but they're so disconnected, these clues. It's really bugging me. Should I do the shop thing? Shops generally cost money though, no? But I'm probably gonna get more shops than anything else. Apple. How often am I gonna eat an apple? Let's do the shop. Let's see how useful that is. Sometimes you need to do the experiments so that you can see how effective they are. Okay, I have only 16 steps left, which is not great though. Okay, I can't really go back to the den because it requires too many steps, so I'm gonna have to try to either acquire more steps somehow or get the treasure trove soon. 17, if I go in here, 16, 15, 14, 13, then I could go through the entrance. That costs me at least a few steps as well. Maybe let's say 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Or I put down the archives now, and I hope to still get a treasure trove. I think I'm gonna risk the archives simply because of the number of steps I have left. That won't work, right? Okay, then the boudoir. I only really want the treasure trove, then we'll call it a day. Maybe. Or I'll try to find some shops. Okay, hallway. Weird music again. Very different music than usual. I'll go with the archive floor plan, I think. For the sake of disabling this, the security doors, I'll go in here. Interesting that we get the Chamber of Mirrors now again. I've not seen that for a long time. So I think I'll put down the Cloister. Maybe we can draft a shop, which would then raise allowance. As well as give us a crate. Could do the drawing room, could do the archive floor plan. Should I risk the archive floor plan? No, I think I'm gonna go for the drawing room because that also gives me a gem back. It could have been a shop, but we don't know. So from the secret passage we can't select a black print. Therefore I'm gonna go with the archived one, which is the tunnel. Okay, in that case we'll go through here. I have to start thinking about where I want to sleep in case I don't get the treasure trove. I don't know yet. I'm gonna redraw. Then I'll put down the kennel to get past here. Let's see. There's a lot of lockpicking going on right now, which is good. The dining room is just at the other side of the level. So can't get to that one. Dang it. Okay, let's see. Treasure trove is standard now. Should not be that hard to get it. I need to know what the cost is though. What is the cost of the treasure trove? It costs 1 gem. So if we get an archive floor plan for 1 gem, I'll have to consider getting that one. It's funny how it says claim ticket here, even though the floor plan's not visible. Okay. But I'm gonna go for the conservatory here. We do have some red rooms there. And a blue one as well. I think I want to try. The weight room's already rare, which I agree with. That is common. Guess I can make that standard. I'll try and see how standard feels like. I can always revert it, right? Wine cellar is unusual. I already have the memo, so... And the 3 gems are really quite mid. I have the trophy and I have the attic. So I'm gonna put this at rare. If it doesn't work out, I'll revert it. Let's go. And let's see if I can place the treasure trove here. No, but I can place a kitchen for food. I'm gonna do that. Which puts a crate away. Yeah, very good. So definitely the club sandwich. And how many red rooms do we have? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Let's get the tomato soup. And then as many bananas as we can. Then we're basically back up with our steps. Great. Alright, perfect. Good chances for a... treasure trove, I would say. We only have 1 gem left though. I cannot waste it. Alright, how many mechanical rooms do we have? Boiler, security, closet, workshop. That's not too bad. Let's go for the mechanarium. Alright. That gives me a lever that I don't really need. And we'll do lower ranks first. Oh! Jeez, I almost forgot. Look, I have 3 new rooms here on rank 8. You guys have been writing in the comments already again, I know it. Holy cow. Okay. See, this could be the treasure trove. I'm gonna have to go with the gym. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. The problem is... I don't know where the freaking card here is. It's probably in a room. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's not in a... I thought it was hidden in a room again. That's so nice that he didn't put this in one of the side rooms again, because we already did that, so requiring us to do that again would have been such a pain. On the coat of arms, the first number is 1 numeral. The rest are each 2 numerals. Okay, that relates to the other one we just found. On the coat of arms, well, we definitely have to look at the code check again. But this definitely seems to be an important one with the other one that I also found. Okay. Let's go back quickly because I missed these 2 notes. It's probably somewhere in this trash here. Or is it on the table? Here. Certain rooms, like mechanical rooms, are more likely to contain security doors. Oh, really? Okay, that I didn't know. Like mechanical rooms. So there's other types of rooms that contain more security doors, okay? Where's the workshop? Here. Definitely making good progress on these. Then I also have the conference room. It's probably under some documents or under some things here. Yeah, here. Red memos were created by Kirk Darren and approved by the Baron and questionably served as the estate's primary security system. So security through obscurity or what? So Kirk Darren, I think we once got a memo that that's a pseudonym. Conference room here. Let's see if I can find the name Kirk in my document. Yeah. Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. We found that in a locker, I think. I'm pretty sure that was in a locker. Generally, I think green memos are true, but not all of them. There's something about them. So potentially Kirk Darren is a pseudonym for someone. If I would make him if I would make that a pseudonym, I would make it a woman. Maybe Annie Babbage. She seems to hold quite a lot of power in the house. But maybe back then you only got credited if you were a man, so they used a pseudonym. That would be my logic. But let's not do that yet. Let's go through here. It's a lot of keys. Okay, I'm gonna cut ourselves off here. We get a key, which is great. Which means we can move on here. I'm gonna redraw. I don't want to lock myself out. I'm gonna redraw again. Should I redraw again? I think I'm gonna try. We could place the code check, which I rarely get. And then we can look at those numbers. Let's do that. I don't have enough gems for the rotunda anyways. And then we can go back, we can eat in the dining room, and we can push onwards through the den. So we still have chances for the treasure trove. What's the arms code? The coat of arms? Code check. What's the coat of arms? Would it be that one? But that only has one number on it. This has two numbers on it. This has two numbers, and this is also two numbers, but this isn't really anything. The coat of arms. What was it called? The coat of arms. On the coat of arms, the first number is one numeral. The rest each two. The first number is one numeral. The rest are each two numerals. So that means the first number is one numeral. So we have X, XX, XX, XX. Right? Because we know... where did I put that other note? I didn't take a screenshot yet. I usually do that during the edit. I have to split it into 4 numbers, right? So it has to be a number with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits. On the coat of arms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's the coat of arms? Oh, the coat of arms is this crest thing, and we have one in the wine cellar. There we have a Roman number that relates to some year, I think. Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with the code check then. I actually have that here. So the first one is one number. Then we have 2, 2. Oh, that could be it. Okay, wait. We have M, then CC, then XI, and then II. So that's 1000. That's 200. That's 11. And that's 2. 1200, 11, and 2. Okay, so we would have 4 numbers. That would also be... Maybe that relates to the core somehow. Don't know yet. I mean, I don't know what to do with that number. Of arms are 4 different numbers, not 1. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, that's the other clue. I just literally did that. But this clue is basically... has a 100% overlap with this other clue here. This one. On the coat of arms, the first number is 1 numeral. The rest... Basically, this clue already says that it's 4 numbers. Okay. I mean, sure. What am I going to do with that? Don't know. Okay, it has nothing to do with the code check. But we got the code check on rank 8, so there should be a... there should be a memo here, no? Ah, there. Code check is drawn slightly more often the day after checking a new item. Oh. Oh. So basically I could now check in the hammer again. Well, the question is if I even want to keep the hammer checked. Because it has been a pain, because I can't get the hammer unless I get the code check. Question is if I should just drop or pull out the code check. Or if I get it, should I just check in the hammer again? Because I feel like... I want to get used that soon, power hammer. Power hammer has been checked. I guess I could also check in the... Wait. The key of Ares, I could also check that in. Then I don't have to try to get it anymore. Maybe I should do that. That means I have to get the hammer in a different way. Maybe I'll deposit the key of Ares instead of the power hammer. Therefore, I can get the hammer again. Key of Ares has been checked. Okay. It just means I can't get the key of Ares anymore. Probably. But it's annoying to get. Unless the thing stays open. Yeah, freaking... You know what? I think the clock probably stays open now. So I should probably check something else. Maybe there should be like a symbol or something that is slapped on all the things that are permanent. I know we have these permanent editions, right? But these are not all permanent editions. For example, the Ares cord stays open, but it never says that anywhere. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose the key of Ares tomorrow, but does the clock stay open? I hope so. I hope so. So, let's go back all the way. And then I'll dive in the foundation. I can't craft anything. And we'll go through the right side and we'll continue on, hopefully getting a treasure trove for tomorrow. It probably doesn't matter much whether I take the foundation or not. At least I get the dining room in a minute. Okay, we can get a few steps. That's with the trophy room. Did I have a trophy room? No, I don't think I did. Okay. Now we'll go through the right, through the den, and push onward there, hopefully putting down a treasure trove. The archives really kind of screwed me over here. It's not a good choice, probably, to put that down. commissary for a crate. We can get a shovel. And I'll get a salt shaker. Sleeping mask, not too useful, but we can get it either way. Don't need to be greedy on the money. Alright, then to the right here. I have to place this. Hopefully it goes to the right. Well. The utility closet is freaking far away. Oh, I can't even... okay, that's it. Alright, no treasure trove tomorrow. See, I have the blessing of the monk, but where do I want to sleep? None of these rooms are very appealing. Except something maybe that gives me items early. Some room that really boosts my items. What would that be? Maybe a dead end to get it out of the pool. Something like the storeroom. Or I sleep outside to increase the chance to get the shrine, which I can then use to open the chest. But I would prefer to follow through on the Ares key. Maybe getting the blessing of the monk again would be better. And that can be done. Or can I not get the shrine while a blessing is active? I don't know. I don't know exactly what happens if I can even get the shrine again. So I should probably try to place down a dead end outside, such as the storeroom or the utility closet. No, but that's annoying if I have to get to the grounds if I want to change the utility closet. Okay, I think I'll do the storeroom. Just charging this a little bit again. I don't think I'll ever need it, but... I'm not sure if there's any purchasables that are even more expensive. Alright. So you guys told me that I should read room descriptions again, because there sometimes is clues in there or something, so I'm going to go through them. Maybe I'll only cut in what's actually interesting. Otherwise it's probably going to take a half an hour or something. Let's see. Yeah, on the spare terrace, it still mentions the unfinished walls, indicating that we might be able to upgrade this again. Although I've never upgraded a room twice, so... No way. Wait. Chambers True Purses Rotation, a fitting function for a room named Rotunda, which means clockwise room. So Rotunda means clockwise room in Irajan. Maybe I should write that down. Let's just do other words that I learned here. Rotunda equals clockwise room. The gallery has realize here in the description, obviously a hint, right? I mean, you have to stumble over these clues, right? Which is kind of the whole point of the game, just stumbling over clues. Which is an interesting thing. It just... so far I felt like frequently it doesn't work as well as it should. Because I seem to just miss many of the clues. Now I don't know if I'm alone here, if you guys all find all the clues. Yeah, it belongs to the former mistress of the estate, Lady Absent, just like her bedroom, right? That also belonged to her. So why is this room a pawn then? That just is weird. The labels displayed here would indicate a preference, blah blah blah. It's just that the wines don't have labels. I mean, they have labels, but without text. Achievement is its own reward, but a gold cup is also nice. That is indeed true. Although at some point, if you have so many gold cups, you have to clean all that crap. Oops. So I would prefer to just have the achievement in my mind without the gold cup. Screw the gold cup. Maybe sell it for a couple bucks. Yeah, in the vault it says the true legacy is hidden elsewhere, which is believed by some accountants. That could refer to the true treasure in the trove, right? After the passing of the Baroness Oravey, her private study was claimed by her eldest son, Herbert Sinclair. Oh, so that's what confused me, because to me this was his study, but this is actually the Baroness Oravey's study. Oravey. What does Vey mean again? Wenn, and we don't know what Ve means. Ve might not mean anything. So Sinclair immersed himself in her notebooks and drew inspiration from her discarded ideas. From mechanical puzzles to architectural blueprints, each endeavor he pursued in this room was realized in the shade of her creative legacy. Yeah, that's how ideas propagate through generations, right? That's why I know many of you adore this game a lot, and I love it as well a lot, but this is basically the first of its kind, right? We'll only see over time how the Prince-like genre will evolve and future generations of designers, how they will adapt the genre. So these ideas need to marinate in developers' minds to grow into what they can ultimately become. I think there's a lot of potential here still. The pump room can be used to activate the sprinkler system, so that's a hint for the green room, right? I wasn't really aware of what exactly the green room and the boiler had to do in common, the pump room and the green room, but there's a clear hint there. A traditional wood-lined Korerican-style sauna, so they have saunas in Korerica. That's what I'm interpreting from that. This room was usually drafted next to the entrance hall. Maybe we should try that at some point. I don't know what that would change, but it's mentioned explicitly, so... Now with no contact delivery, probably a reference to COVID. Upgrade. Did I upgrade this one? Don't remember upgrading that one. Okay, there's a lot to read. Holy cow, it takes a long time. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna get anything out of this. The bedroom. There is still this aquarium about the bedroom without the X. And it's not a red herring. But it's missing the X, so I don't know. And why is the boudoir not a lady's room? It's surely for her in the evenings, right? Some say the dead number among the guests of Mount Holly who have laid to rest in these beds. Yeah, I did see a ghost here once, or not. I have a faint memory that I saw a ghost over this bed at some point. This suspiciously humble bedroom belonged to the Baron's personal valet, Hartley Ruota, who had unchallenged access to even the most clandestine areas of the estate. Hartley, that was the servant who was very loyal and got this little hut somewhere at the lake or something. This is the servant's quarter. I thought it was the master bedroom. Okay, never mind. The style you find unique in the house, a fitting tribute to her childhood home in Iraja. H.S. Sinclair's own room, though perhaps soon you may consider it your own. Maybe I should axe the cost if this is my bedroom, otherwise I won't be able to go to sleep. The East Wing Hall is warmed in the early day by the light of the rising afternoon sun. So the afternoon sun is obviously not in the early day. So why do we get the afternoon sun in the early day? Because the afternoon sun first has to rise, but then it's not the afternoon sun. That's a bit an interesting type of wording. So the rising afternoon sun is actually the morning sun, I guess. This certainly says upgrade because I upgraded it, but would it also say upgrade if I did not yet upgrade it? Because I don't remember upgrading the mailroom. Oh no, I did. I think I did once upgrade the mailroom. Now I'm really not sure anymore. Some Morajai fruit trees grow here, so they're from Morajai, that's northwest. Has served as a private retreat to at least 2 other generations of Sinclairs. Titles will be automatically added in the request form, which fittingly is the only room in which this rare floor plan can be drawn. Yes, you can only draw this from the library, but I've also never seen it again since I purchased all the books. So is this automatically removed from the pool once you get all books? Don't know. This is partially black because it's one of the lost strongholds of Orindia Ares. Okay. However, due to a faulty installation, the safe lights often overload their circuit capacity and blow a fuse. I should have probably read that at some point, so I would have figured out how this works exactly, because for the longest part, for like 50 episodes, I didn't quite understand 100% how it works until someone mentioned it in the comments. I don't think I need the furnace anymore. It's already rare, so never mind. I have this bug again. when you get out, when you're in the studio editions on a blueprint and you escape, you get back to the red rooms. That is some weird bug. Maybe I should open a ticket because that's been there for a long time now. Through selective propagation, the gardener here may influence which flora or flora will be considered commonplace during the next season. That's a funny thing. Funny play on words during the entire game, of course. Requires a lot of time to come up with all of these little jokes. I realized that I was missing this outer room here. Although I don't think that's gonna help much. Let's maybe just place the archived floor plan. I still have enough steps, I think. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Maybe we'll look at that quickly since I have a few keys. Is there anything interesting? This definitely looks different. There's definitely something in here. Not sure if that's meant to be like that. That doesn't seem quite right. Let's see if I can lockpick any of them. This one we can lockpick, okay. Yeah, this definitely doesn't look quite right. I have 2 keys left. Maybe we'll open that one. Okay. And then let's open the side as well. I think it has to be the side, right? Okay, but that doesn't seem to be too useful. I think. Alright, let's go back to the storeroom. 2 steps, 1 step, and my final step. That's it. Alright. I was a bit disappointed by the Eris Court puzzle, as I've mentioned before. Yeah, many of these big puzzles are just a bit too confusing in my view, where the hints are just not clear and you don't know if you have all the knowledge. It's a tricky design problem, certainly. Because the game is based on exploration and all the clues are scattered throughout the house, right? So that perfectly sets you up to design puzzles exactly like this, which then leads into that problem. I don't know, it's tricky. But I'm also fine if you guys love that puzzle. I'm just sorry I couldn't solve it by myself. I just didn't know how. Alright, that is it for today's episode. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because tomorrow we likely are able to open that chest in the treasure trove if I can get the Eris key again, hopefully. Be sure to leave a like if you've enjoyed me struggling through the Eris puzzle. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.